guide you really quickly this morning, or whatever time of day you're watching this, through a spinal flow. So we'll work our way from the base of our spine all the way up through the crown of our head, following kind of the chakra system. But I want it to be kind of quick. There's bugs around me. I want it to be kind of quick so that you can get on with your day. This will work whether you just woke up or you've just been kind of sedentary for a while and your spine is kind of hardened to loosen up those muscles around it and get some energy back flowing. So we're going to start in a meditation, just a little spinal awareness. So I'm going to take easy pose, but you can take whatever pose feels good for you. You might want to switch into easy pose after the meditation, but you're totally allowed to do that. Your eyes, they can be open or closed, whatever works for you. And if this meditation is simply not long enough for you, you can pause me and take an extended one. And just notice your own spine. Starting at what's connected to the ground, what's grounding down, rooting. Feel that relationship. And then move your awareness starting up to your low back, your mid back, upper back. Notice spaces of openness, spaces of tension and holding on. Bring your awareness to your cervical spine, your neck. And then all the way to the top of your skull, all the space between the base and the top, left to right, front to back. If you want to linger there and that, you're welcome to. We're going to start moving if you're ready for that. Start to take some Sufi grinds. So it's just some circles. And there might be more of a tendency to focus on your rib cage here, but I want you to focus on your pelvic bowl. So find circles all the way around your sit bones, your tailbone. Maybe if you're taking really big circles, you even get your pubic bone in there. Sometimes movement or touching an area of our body helps us bring more awareness to it. Just feel that. And as you've been doing that for a while, maybe you start to move into some cat-cows. Same thing though, as you're seated and taking these seated cat-cows, try to isolate this movement to your lower spine especially. So you're rotating forwards and backwards on your sit bones, from tailbone to pubic bone. Just feeling really rooted and connected down. When you're ready, uncross your ankles, bring the soles of your feet together. Take a Baddha Konasana, a seated butterfly bound angle pose. And just find this rotation in your pelvis so that your tailbone starts to point back behind you. Rotate more on the fronts of your sit bones. If it feels good, you can fold all the way down, let your head drop. Follow that curvature all the way up your spine. And then when you're ready, rock your weight back, help your knees together. And then you're going to cross over your ankles and come into a tabletop. We're going to do a lot of cat-cow-like movements in this practice. So here's our first tabletop cat-cow. Move with your breath. So on your inhale, I want you to focus still on that lower spine. So mostly tilt your tailbone up. And on your exhale, up your belly in, tilt your tailbone down. So maybe your upper spine, upper back really barely moves. Play with that for as long as you'd like. Eventually, you're going to extend your right leg over to the right. Press it all the way down flat. So the pinky toe edge of your foot is flat. And then you're gonna rock forward and back. Maybe feeling this in your inner thigh, adductors. Maybe finding that same kind of pelvic tilt here with the right leg extended in the side lunge. Forward and back, up and down. And then come back to center, right leg down, extend your left leg long. 5 breaths here on this side. Forward and back, tilting, whatever your pelvis, low spine is asking for. Maybe some circles if you're really feeling that. Some sensual fluid movement, sacral chakra energy. So root and sacral are safety and pleasure. So we're working with those energies right now to start. Bring your left knee back and turn to the side. And then walk your hands about a handprint forward. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and find that cow articulation in your spine. So pressing your tailbone up. And then start to walk your dog as you straighten your legs and press your chest back towards your thighs, land in down dog. You can stay there, pedaling your feet or finding some stillness. Whatever you notice you need more of in your life, some activation or some slow, steady stillness. And then bring your feet together behind you, lift your right foot up. Exhale, stack, and open your hips. And then you can take some hip circles if that feels nice, or just, again, stay in stillness. That's always an option. Straighten your right leg back out, pinky toe points down towards your mat, and then bring it down, downward facing dog. And to the left side, inhale, left foot up. Exhale, stack and open, find some mobility in your hips. And re-straighten your left leg back. Bring it down to your mat and walk, step, float to the top of your mat to a ragdoll. And let your head totally hang heavy. Bring a gentle softness to the backs of your knees so that your hamstrings have some slack. You want to titrate the edge of sensation of discomfort without throwing yourself past it and overdoing it. And while your hamstrings have some slack, press your tailbone up by drawing your heels down. Equal and opposite actions. Release your hands down to your mat. Now you have the option to heel toe your feet all the way together or just stack them right under your hips. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale out. Extended mountain pose, rise up, breathe all the way in. Open face twist to the right. So you're going to bring your right hand back behind you, left hand forward. Try to keep your hips square here so that the rotation happens in your rib cage around your spine. Inhale takes you back up to center. And exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, take a little baby back bend. Lift your chin, your heart. Reach back up to the ceiling, the sky, and bow down to the earth. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank. We're going to take our vinyasas really slow this practice. So on your next exhale, bring your knees, your chest, and your chin down. Take a baby cobra, breathe in. Exhale, lower. Press up to your hands and knees, tuck your toes, lift your knees slightly, find that tilt in your tailbone, and then come into down dog from there. Great, so we're going to do one more sun A variation like that. We're moving into the mid-spine, the solar plexus chakra area, our seat of our power, our own ego, how we identify. On your inhale, lift your hands, exhale, and move your feet to the top. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale out. Rise up, inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, twist to the right. Breathe in, come back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, little back bend. Rise up, Breathe in, use your belly. Forward fold, hug it in as you soften. Halfway lift, take a deep breath in. Plant your hands, high plank, knees, chest, chin. Inhale into baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Tabletop, breathe in. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, tilt your tailbone, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take 2 breaths in down dog to just integrate where you're at right now, to make sense of what's happening, what already happened. And when you're ready, you'll bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand, lizard lunge. If you want to take a more active lizard and keep your back knee up, that's great. You can also drop it down, it's totally up to you. And now we're going to find some cat-cow articulations in this pose. So now we're isolating a little bit more into the upper spine, maybe like heart region behind the heart, still kind of mid-spine as well. On your inhales, exhales, matching movement. Find a neutral spine. Tuck your back toes if your back knee is down to lift your knee. Easy twist. Right hand up, left hand down. And then take your gaze up to the very tip of your right thumb. One more breath in. Bring your right hand down. Step your left foot forward as many steps as it takes to get to squat pose, Malasana. Hips down. Your hands, they can be at heart center or any other hand variation you like. You can even take a twist if you're really liking that solar plexus activation. If you really need that, how to assert yourself and be bold and shine. Like healthy limelight loving. On your next exhale, bring your hands down, lift your hips, forward fold. Step your right foot back. Lizard lunge on the left. So wiggle your left foot to the left if you need to. Drop your right knee if you need to. And find those cat-cows. And then eventually lift your right knee away from your mat. Reach your left hand all the way up. Lift your gaze. Take a deep breath in. Stay and breathe out. One more breath in. Plant your hand. Step your left foot back. High plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. A little bit of a bigger cobra this time. Breathe in. Maybe you hover your hands away from your mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Tuck your toes. Find that articulation as you lift up into down dog. And we'll just do that one more time, starting with the left foot this time, so going the opposite direction. So left foot forward, lizard lunge. Moving a little bit quicker through them this time since you've been here. But if you want to stay, if I'm moving too fast, just pause me and go at your own pace. Trust what you know, trust what you hear to do. Ultimately, you're the expert of your own practice and your own body. Easy twist, left hand up. You've got full autonomy here. You get to be the leader. No one knows better than you do. Bring your left hand back down. This time you're going to step your right foot forward into a goddess pose. You're going to come all the way up. Bring your hands out like cactus or like little post, however you like to describe it. And this is a little funky, but it feels great, at least in my body. We're going to take some cat-cows from here. So as you breathe in, you'll lift your chest, tilt your tailbone back. As you exhale, press away, draw your chest back, point your tailbone forward. 2 more times. Breathe in. Exhale out. Breathe in. Exhale out. Star pose, rise all the way up. Oh, exhale, forward fold. And then bring your feet back together. Halfway lift. Step your left foot back. Lizard on the right. Deep breaths. bonus breath. Inhale. Plant your right hand down, step your right foot back. This time come into a tabletop and just find some full spinal cat-cows. Whatever that means to you. Maybe that means some circles or some C shapes as well. So you can get more and more warmed up in our spine. Sarah's laughing. I don't know if you guys saw that dog or not. If that dog was inferring, but it's the beauty of getting to practice outside. And then find heart melting pose, or sometimes called puppy dog pose, speaking of dogs. You can bring your chin or your forehead to your mat, whichever feels better for you. So now we're really getting into that deep heart opening section, moving upward, finding that space of compassion for both ourselves and other people. Heart-centered movement, heart-forward movement. From here, pull yourself forward into Sphinx pose. So you'll keep your forearms down, bring your hips down to your mat, stack your shoulders over your elbows, and then like you're gonna draw your elbows back towards your hips, pull your chest back up, just maybe lift your chin. Exhale, lower down. And then bring your hands out wide, elbows up, maybe just fingertips down. And now as you breathe in, you're gonna pull forward and lift up. So you're finding length between each vertebrae to find this really deep back bend. Maybe you stay still, and hold and breathe. Maybe you find some shoulder dips. One more breath. On your exhale, same way you came in, pull forward as you lower down. Plant your hands under your shoulders, tabletop. And into camel pose. So you'll come stand on your knees. We're just gonna do one camel pose, so whichever one you're feeling right now. If you wanna do more than one, you pause me and you take more than one. You can tuck your toes or keep your feet flat. Hands at your low back. You could stay here. This is camel, this is a heart opener. If you wanna go full kapotasana, all out, you do whatever you wanna do. Those kinds of back bends aren't quite in my practice anymore, and I've been liking a one-handed camel pose. That's what I'm gonna take. 2 more breaths. Gently, slowly come up, sit down onto your heels, hero's pose. We're gonna be here for a minute, so if you know hero's pose doesn't really work for you, and you want to take something else for now, go ahead. There's going to be one pose that you need to start from this position to get into, but you can just come back in and readjust, no biggie. So find some comfortable seat for these neck stretches, throat openers, cervical spine working, that vagus nerve. Really the whole spine encompasses the vagus nerve, so we've been working it the whole time. Often I really feel a big impact when it comes to neck work. So go easy with yourself, take it slow, and use your breath. To start, you're gonna bring your right ear to your right shoulder. That might be enough depending on where you're at today. I feel that a lot in my body already. But if you want more, you just use the weight of your right hand. Bring your right hand up and over onto your left ear, and you just use your weight by letting gravity pull your left hand down. Not pressing or anything like that. If you want even more, you can reach your left fingertips over to the left. Stay here for as long as you'd like. Maybe it feels good to tilt your chin down a little bit or up. Listen to your body's signals. Bracing might be a sign to back out a little bit. When you're ready to come out, release your right hand. If you had the bind, place your right hand on your cheek wherever you're at. Just rest your head in your hand for a minute. And then assist your head back up with your hand. And then we'll take the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. Option to take any one of those versions. Stay for as long as you need. start to come out. Left hand to left cheek, rest. And then support your head back to center. Next, you're gonna interlace your fingers like so, behind your head, like you're just straight lounging back. CEO vibes, feet up on the desk. We're gonna take essentially some other cat-cow movements in this position. So on your inhale, you'll lift your chin, press the back of your head into your hands, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows come together, chin drops down to your chest. Gravity helps open the back of your neck. And take a couple more rounds like that. Inhale to lift and open, stretch the front of your neck. Exhale to round, stretch the back of your neck. One more, breathe in. Exhale out. Come back to center and then gently release your hands. And now this is the one you're going to want to start from hero's pose. So come to sit on your shins, on your heels. Interlace your fingers behind your back. And then you're going to inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, come into a rabbit pose. That can be gentle, like forehead down, or it can be crown of your head all the way down, hips up. Lift your fists up towards the sky. Just kind of let them fall forward. 3 breaths. And come out by bringing your hips down if they're lifted, then your hands and your head up. Finally, just take a few circles with your neck. Both directions. Ready, switch. Make your way onto your back. I'm going to take a gentle, more restorative supine twist. So hug both knees into your chest and drop them both over to the left. Reach your right arm to the right and just let your right ear fall down towards the ground. If you want to extend this, go ahead and pause me to the other side. Knees together to center. Knees to the right. Gaze over to the left. Left side of your body really heavy. Wrist, shoulder, ear. Left knee heavy on top of your right. And then come back to center. Take one final hug into center. Take a deep breath in. Shavasana. Find some rest. We'll bring you out in about 1 minute. If you want a longer Shavasana, and you really want to set yourself up for some juiciness, you do that. To either side of your time, moving into a fetal position. And then up to a seat. Eyes set, intentionally seeing something in front of you, or closed, and hands at heart centers. Beautiful gesture of gratitude, of oneness, of all nuance existing here together in unity. Take a moment to find one thing you are proud of yourself for. It sounds cheesy, but it makes a really big difference when we're in a busy world and we don't always take time to acknowledge ourselves. It doesn't need to be a big life change. Simple makes a profound difference. And when you've got that, bring your thumbs to the center of your forehead. It is with such deep gratitude for this practice, for getting to share it with you, for this beautiful community. And so humbly, I bow. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting yourself. Thank you for being committed to the practice of trusting yourself and of creating a safe space in your own body. Being alive makes it challenging to do that, and I just appreciate and acknowledge you for doing that. So good job, you. I hope to see you again soon. You have a wonderful rest of your day, however much is left of it. Ashe.